Dad's just shoving the green waste up. Andrew's got the 936 on the low loader. He's about to load some straw up for the riding stables up the road from that pile there. I'm on the sprayer before it gets breezy again. Gonna go and do some spraying. Quite still this morning, hopefully it'll stay that way. Need a little bit more of that magic fluid on here, just to keep it a bit harder. Big load turned up by mistake. Got all excited, but it's for next door. Proper smart. That was a really smart beaver tail low loader. Pulled in the yard, and Nick's been on about a new dump trailer. And we saw the dump trailer and we're like, Nick bought a cane dump trailer. Anyway, it turns out it's for the neighbours. So we're just, I'm just spraying this barley before the wind gets up. It's forecast to get up right through the day and then drop again later today. So I'll just see what I can get done. Just filled the sprayer now with the last tank full of spray of what I had to get through. The van's just turned up now with this pallet, which looks very, very expensive. And there's 500 acres worth of spray just arrived, which is basically the second dose of fungicide on the wheat. So, yeah, a few days work there just arrived. This is the field of OSR behind the yard. Remember the flood that we sown a bit later? That's still in flower over there. This is pretty much finished flower now, just a few little flowers in the tram lines. Really bushing out, looks great. Probably the best field we've got, to be fair, which is nice with it being by the yard. The scruffy one we've got over there, I'll go and spray that one next, see what that looks like. This is all complete now. They stripped the shutters, moved them over there, ready to pour that. This is going off really nicely, this one, even though it was only done yesterday. So we've got this bay complete. Like I say, we'll just board it up there, but it looks good. Just going to turn the ignition off on the combine. We've had it on because they've been setting up the telematics over the airways, so I had to leave it with ignition turned on for a bit. I'll turn it off now. Little bit of last night of them finishing servicing it, PDIing it, which stands for pre-delivery inspection. Sam's just setting everything up now with the laptop. (9:30) light nights, and class are just leaving. Other than giving it a road test, the combine's pretty much ready now. Some bits to do on the header as well, but hopefully they'll finish them later on in the week. Yeah, so it's a late night. Anyway, good news. We're going to have a tracker on the combine, but also we're going to have it so that you can download the Telematics Class app off the Apple Store or whatever else phone you've got, and you'll be able to log in and see live the combine on the app, so you'll be able to track us when we're going from John O'Groats to Land's End. Someone said in the video comments yesterday, have I missed something? What's the combine doing? So it's obviously a new subscriber that's missed, but basically we're going to be driving from John O'Groats to Land's End for mental health awareness and to raise money for charity. So there's a link below this video to the Just Giving page, which has got all the details on. As for timings, we don't know them. We're hoping that we can be averaging, getting near 20 mile an hour, 18 mile an hour perhaps. So you can try and work it out, but we'll be setting off each morning so that we arrive each evening at the way markers. So go and have a look at the route, see what you think. If we're passing through yours, let us know if you think there's something that we've missed, like a low bridge or a narrow bridge, and get in touch. That'd be much appreciated. Quick look at the beans there, a little bit of weed in them. Ignore this bit here because we didn't sow this bit against the hedge because we've got to get the combine through. That was the first field we drilled, I think, up this way at Rain Hill. Spent the last few weeks moaning about it wanting to dry up. Now want it to rain because beans like it damp. Bit of thistles in them actually. This was the field that was a bit scruffy. It's not too bad, but the headland's rubbish, absolutely rubbish to be honest. To the point where I might drill it with mustard to keep for seed, or for Celia, is it? That blue stuff I combined for Bill last year. Andrew at the moment's got a bit of obsession washing cars, so here's a before. We'll have a look at an after in a bit, after he's washed the Discovery. I'm in this field now and it seems to be flowering a little bit longer than the others, which I presume is quite good really, because every flower is going to turn into a pod hopefully. So it means it's still thickening out. Doesn't look as thick as the others, but it's probably because it's just a little bit behind. But it's certainly thicker than the last one I was in. The jury picker is out. It's got its inspection tomorrow, so Rob's been checking it all over to check that everything's okay on it. Obviously we fixed it the other week, but we've not used it yet. This joystick was sticking a little bit because it got like moisture in it, so that's all sorted now, hopefully. So when the guy comes tomorrow, he'll inspect all the joints and all the stuff, obviously put the new pipes on it. We had that wiring fault that's been fixed as well. Hopefully it'll all be sorted and good to use. Quick update on the header trailer. There's a few jobs still to do. Brakes need connecting, mud guards need putting on, and then obviously all these transport bars need taking off it, ready for work. The main thing was though, get the main chassis of the combine ready first though. While I've been spraying most of the day, this other panel has now been poured, so we've just got now this last section to do. But then we do want to fix the back of this shed here. So these pillars rotted away a few years ago, so we've replaced them with steel because they were telegraph poles. Oh look, there you go. Look at that. See that then? It just disappeared behind the wall. So they're coming out and eating any bits of maize that could be inside this chip. Anyway, yeah, we replaced them with steel, and then there's still a wooden one, but that's integral because it holds all that together. So we want to put a metal beam to the side of that and then concrete this across and carry on putting this back in. So remember we had the oil disaster last week? Well, floor looks pretty good now. You can't really see where it was. I think that's an old stain from before it. Actually, while I'm here looking at the Crop Master with its hedge cutter on, literally, there's a farm sale at the weekend in Cheshire, and there's 20 of them for sale. So if anyone's after Crop Master, check it out. I think it's advertised in this week's Farmer's Guardian. Rich is just moving a bit of soil on the 7.8. We'd forgotten we got it because Bill and Joe had it, but it's back now. Just on here, and have you seen the state of that cup that Andrew's been using? Does anyone know of anyone with a worse cup inside than that? Don't know whether you noticed, but Tom Pemberton's video has gone live today. He loves the Fast Track. I really like this because I think it looks awesome. But it isn't my favourite tractor. My favourite tractor is the 724. Anyway, I'm going to part this up because it's just kind of abandoned in the middle of the yard for some reason. I know why it's left in the yard. It was moving some straw this morning, so I'll park it up out the way. So annoying when air pipes do that. When you get on them the next time you want to move it, the air tank's empty. Also as well, something's caught that. Bent the handbrake. It still works, but it's in the way. It's releasing. And then, I don't know what I've done here now. Wants to like stay up the top, doesn't it? So I need to click that, and then there we go. That's better now because that is why. It's like that. Hold on. That's better. I've released it now, but that up there is out of the way of catching the link arms when it turns. I need to sort this out as well. That wire really wants unthreading out of that sheath there and threading through that, because we don't always have the hydraulics plugged in, and that one, the hydraulic brakes, because we always use it on air. That really wants cable tying up, because all that's just going to get caught, especially at harvest when we're in a hurry, and get damaged. But otherwise, it's all right. I've lost a cap out of here as well, which is a bit annoying. I had them caps, so the other one's got one in there. So I need to find one of them for it. I suppose you can measure it. I bet they're online. Otherwise, pleased with it. Especially after I put that mod on as well. That's holding up really well. It's far stronger than when it was down there. For anyone that is new to the channel, we do a birthday shout out each day to people whose birthday it is to raise money for the North West Air Ambulance. We've currently raised £35,175. 10% of the people switch off this part of the video or fast forward it. But if you're still watching now, thank you. Anyway, Jen Jacobson's 49, Lucy Jardine's on there, Brianna Johnson is 16. Liam Torvitto, I think it is 30. Rory, my nephew Rory is on there. Happy birthday, Rory. Mike English, 63. David Vig is 50. Hillary Newcomb is 75. Seb Ashton's 9. Luke Mitchell's 18. Martin Wilson is 77. Ramsey McCulloch, I think it's pronounced, is on there, and David Willis is on there. So happy birthday, everyone on there, and that took less than 35 seconds to do. But like I say, 10% of the people fast forward the video, and it kind of makes YouTube think that the video is disengaged to people, and it doesn't show it to a bigger audience, which is so annoying when we're trying to raise money for charity. Anyway, did I tell you before about the app? I think I did. If you want to go and download the Class CBIS app, I will give you the login credentials from it, and you can live track the combine and see exactly where we are and what we're doing on the run. We're going to have another tracker running as well at the same time as well, but the class one, you'll be able to look at the fuel economy, what the engine's revving at, and all sorts of stuff like that, I think. So that'll be pretty cool. Class are quite excited about it. It is still on charge because, like I say, yesterday when we come to start it up, there was something going on and we'd left something turned on and flattened the battery. So we wanted it in tip-top condition, because the last thing we want to do is be in John O'Groats, go to start the combine and it won't start. Luckily though, it is actually quite easy to jump it because the batteries aren't particularly big. There's only 2 small batteries on it. It runs at 12 and 24 volt. So we probably could jump start it off a car. Probably could jump start it off my car because electrics, it's probably got a really good supply on it. But yeah, there we go. So that's pretty much done. The headers needs a bit of work doing to it, but that is the most important bit, this bit of it. We've got a list of things as well that we're going to take with us. So like socket sets, spanners in case any pipes come loose and we get any oil leaks, just, you know, little things like that, ratchet straps in case we knock a tree and have to strap something, I don't know. But yeah, what we want to do, we've got a list. In fact, I'll get it, hold on. In fact, it's got 25 things on it already, so I won't read them all out. But anyone that can think of anything that we should be taking with us in case we need it in an emergency, like duct tape and cable ties, stuff like that, let us know in the comments. In fact, what goes higher, duct tape or cable ties? Let us know in the comments, and then we'll add it to our list, and hopefully we won't forget anything, so that we're well prepared for doing the nearly 900-mile journey in 2 weeks' time. So talking of favourite tractors, that is probably my favourite tractor. Anyway, that needs a good wash because the wheel's dirty. That needs a good wash and putting away in the other shed, and then we can start getting some of these sheds ready for harvest as well. Because we might only be 5 or 6 weeks off harvest, maybe 7. Anyway, that's all for today. Bit of a boring video, really sorry because I have been on the sprayer most of the day. But thanks for watching, I'll see you tomorrow.